but I'm going to fix it while we're on air. But this is the human side of me. Yay, human. But I'm here with some topics today. I know I'm fixing my hair, so please forgive me, but it was a little shaky. But just gonna come with you to with some COVID-19 numbers, not as much, and then I'm gonna do my review of the presidential debate. Not going to do it right now, but I am going to report on COVID because we're still in the midst of COVID-19. So here we are. So globally, we are at 33,495,373 cases of COVID-19. The death toll is 1,004,314 around the world. Here in the U.S., we got 7,186,527 cases of COVID-19. The death toll here is 205,895. Countries with the most cases, you have India at 6.1, Brazil at 4.7, Russia at 1,162,428, Colombia is at 818,203, Peru is at 808,714, Spain is at 748,266, and Argentina is at 723,132, and South Africa is at 672,572. There we go. Latin American countries have DR at 111,900, Panama 111,277, and African countries have Nigeria at 58,647, Guyana at 46,482. Now, according to the U.S. here at home, you have California at 816,499, Texas at 777,246, Florida at 704,560, New York at 462,364, Georgia at 300,019, Illinois 294,426, Arizona 208,185, North Carolina 209,307, Nigeria 206,354, and Tennessee 191,859. Of course, we have no mass testing. That's just that. Of course, you know who always botch up the response. So I will say that. But debate. Let's get into the debate because my head hurt. I just took a leave while watching this. My head hurts. All the way hurts. Everybody say there was no winner. Okay, that's fine. That's your opinion. But if I would say Biden. He looked presidential. He came off presidential. He looked irritated. I think both at, of course, Donald Trump and even at the moderator at some point in time. And Nancy was right. Nancy was all the way right. And everybody was like, oh, Joe Biden don't want to debate him. And, oh, Nancy don't want to debate him. They just want an easy win. There's a reason. Chris Wallace was weak. Since, it is not 4 years ago where it was Trump versus Hillary that he could get away with this shit. He was debating the whitest man. He was trying to white man the white man, if that makes sense to you guys. And it didn't work. Like, Donald Trump came off like he just took his meds, or I don't know what he did. And because he's losing and he's not really doing well in the polls, he's like trying to reach for what is next. And every time he's trying to reach for Hunter, it's not working. Joe Biden just came off calm and just like, yeah. But I can see that he got annoyed because I think Chris Wallace did not do a good job moderating that debate. I'm sorry. Like, he just messed up his whole reputation with that debate. Because it's not like I said, it's not like 2016. White male misogyny was in 2016, and you could tell by the tweets from different men, reporters, and the mainstream media who basically did not like Hillary. So that they had their hatred towards Hillary versus this is Joe Biden. This is the former vice president of the United States. Why would you try to say he was dumb and try to say if you're not smart, then you're what? This is a sad day for our country. We have a crazy man running this country and a man who is trying to I can't say a man. Joe Biden basically is kicking his ass in polls and in messaging in terms of COVID. People don't agree with me, but that's fine. You don't have to agree with me. I'm not asking you to agree with me. But Joe Biden is basically kicking Trump's ass. And you could tell the maturity level versus the erratic child. He was interrupting so many times. Like, I almost was like, oh my God. Like, my head, this side, like the whole head, like up here, still hurts because of how the debate was. I never saw a debate like that in my 34 years of life. And as of like how many years I've been watching this? I've been watching these debates since I was 14. Since I was 14. Or maybe when I was little, like 10. With Bob Dole versus Bill Clinton. I never saw a debate like this. Never. Ever. That shit was crazy. Like, I never saw that a fucking day in my life. It was embarrassing. Trump set the bar so fucking low for this country. And all those deplorable people, and yes, I'm saying it, that continue to follow him with their black generals. All those fucking people that support this man, and the white women, you can't forget, leave them out too. The 53% that voted for this man, how do you fucking feel the fuck now? The man couldn't even denounce white supremacy. Stand back. Are you fucking kidding me? Stand by and stand back and stand by. No U.S. president, even there were racist U.S. presidents, was not openly racist as this man. The last openly racist president you had was Woodrow Wilson. Nixon was racist, but he knew how to finesse his racism. This one here, openly racist, and got the nerve to call Biden, tell him that he couldn't remember anything. It couldn't stick to Biden. The whole he don't know anything. It's not sticking. Joe Biden looked so unbothered. Was like, okay. I thought Joe Biden was about to leave that stage because it would have been fine if he would have left that stage because it was just a fucking mess. It was a mess, and it was a sad day for our country. That's why this election is consequential. This election matters. We need to get this fucking bum out the fucking White House. This man keeps touting this law and order. This man was saying false things, and Donald and Joe Biden was like, that's not true. I'm just like, if I was to have a man, I should have a lot of sex right now. But I live alone. This would be a good time to have a boyfriend. And some booze. And I have not opened my booze. I should open my booze. Because I need a drink. Like, this was crazy. He lied about Joe Biden supports the Green Deal when Joe Biden does not support the Green New Deal. He wants to get us back into the Paris Climate Accord. Yeah. Joe Biden does not want to defund the police. He's for reforming the police. Yes, there was a crime bill under Joe Biden, but there was bipartisan support. I don't think he know that. And the last time I checked, Donald Trump supports the crime bill and said it was not tough at the end. Which one is it? The First Step Act only released, what, 300 people? They didn't release that many people out of jail. And if you think about black people just went to jail, then what kind of deplorable motherfucker are you, sir? Chris Wallace. What the fuck was that? Your topics, race and violence. What kind of shit was that? Everybody trying to make Biden seem like he don't know where he at, and he can't hold his own. And I'm gonna tell you something. Joseph Robinette Biden held his own today. And this was a warning, as I wish he would have hit back harder on the question about his son, of what Trump said about his son. But I know if Trump do that shit again, it's going to be on. Joe Biden tried to be presidential, tried to stick to messaging, which he did stick to the message. He held his own. Even his running mate said he held his own. People say, oh, we need Kamala to, even though the vice presidential debate will be more substance, it will be much more of a calmer mood, and Kamala will wipe the floor with Pence. But this here, oh, Joe Biden stuck it to Trump's ass. Came with substance. Honestly, Chris Wallace did not do his job. And I actually respect him. I still respect him. But what the fuck? This is where we need more black women to host debates. It's a lot of qualified black women that wouldn't put up with that bullshit that Trump would. If it was a black woman, Trump would not get away with the shit that he did. Deliberately. Trump would not do the fucking shit that he did on that fucking debate stage. Like, I'm going to say, Nicole Wallace said it best. She said it best. She was like, Trump was the abuser and Chris Wallace was among the abused. That right there summed it up. Nowhere near it mentioned Biden's name. And it was like Joe Biden was just like wanted to walk off that fucking stage because he was just so annoyed. Like, I like what he said, this clown. Can you just be, he said, Donald, can you just be quiet? It was like him talking to like his grandson or to like his sons when they were little. Donald, can you be quiet? And then he was like, can you just shut up? I was like, damn. Spicy Biden was out tonight. Spicy Biden was like, Spicy Biden would also said to him, you're a racist. Call his ass racist. Like, you're a racist. With no shame. I think all these debates should be canceled, honestly, because it was such a headache. It was a mess. It was a fucking mess. The debate between Mike Pence and Kamala is going to be great because Pence is not going to be able to like dance around questions like he did the first time with Tim Kaine. No, he's going to have to answer those questions. Going to have to answer those questions. But as I said, Joe Biden held his own. For those who saying Joe Biden is sleepy or has onset dementia, or needs a drug test, or he said, I don't know if he can hold out for long. There you have it, guys. Joe Biden held his own. Absolutely, Queen Line, I agree with you. Joe Biden know what the hell he's doing. Oh, Trump did get washed. Oh yeah, and got washed bad. He tried to white man out the other white man, but end up being cornered like a 3-year-old child. He looked like he was about to sweat, like he was like, oh, and then his face was like this, while Joe Biden was like, come on, man. You know how you do, like, come on, man. That was Joe Biden. Spicy Biden, I would say. Spicy Joe. Spicy Joe was like, don't fuck around. The next time, though, I was Joe Biden. Joe Biden may hit harder next time. If there is another debate, which it might be another debate, Joe Biden is going to be like, if you fuck around one more time with my child, it's going to be a problem. Oh, yeah, the Proud Boys. He's a step back, and yeah, that was crazy. But all I know is Trump may get scrutinized by talking about Biden's dead. She said, I don't know, Bo. Yeah, don't talk about Bo. And don't talk about Hunter. By the way, Hunter's sexy as hell, though. I ain't gonna lie. I like looking at him like, damn. Okay, Hunter. Hunter's the one with all them kids. Hunter is handsome. Hunter and Ashley are big contrast to Trump's rat-infested children. And yes, I said rat-infested because they all look like his ugly ass. They look like fucking pair of rodents. The whole family is rodents. And attacking his family was wrong. Joe Biden went through so much. So much. Hunter claims his kids. Sure do. And Hunter takes care of all of them kids. Them 4 kids. Bo was a revered politician. If Bo was alive, Bo would have been Kamala Harris's vice presidential running mate. That's the truth. And Bo was supposed to be the next thing, like his father. Well, Bo's real name is Joseph Robinette Biden III. He would have been just as he is. It's sad the way he died, how he died from cancer in a matter of just like that. And it's sad because he had a bright future ahead of him. He was the AG for Delaware. He had a bright future. Him and Kamala were the best of friends. And Joe Biden is still not over the death of his son. Every time when he mentions Bo, it's a sense of sadness. But he did point him out. He's like, you call my son a sucker and a loser. Nobody's a loser. Trump, let me tell you something about Trump and his kids. And Lift Every Voice can contest it because he raised in New York. Or anybody raised in New York. Trump never raised his kids. Even the one that's living with him in the White House, Melania is mostly with him. I never see him with what's his face? With his son. His youngest son, Barron, the 14-year-old. Which he had no business having. Because Barron got some problems. But Trump never raised his kids. Never, ever. They stopped being around him more because he gave them jobs. He never raised those kids. Contrast to Joe Biden. Joe Biden raised his kids. Joe Biden raised his kids. He lost his wife at 30 years old, a wife and an infant, and raised those 2 little boys by himself. He wasn't going to date again. He was not going to date again. His friends made him go on a date. If you saw the DNC, made him go on a date with, what's her face? With Jill. Dr. Biden. And Dr. Biden was cute too. They're a cute couple. And you can tell when the spouses came on the stage at the end, Joe Biden hugged his wife and everything, while she, Melania just gave him a halfway of a hug. I would never let my kids around Trump if I have children. I don't even let my goddaughter near Trump. But I think I want to play one clip about the climate change answer, because I think this was a good answer about climate change. And I like the way that Joe Biden answered it.
Vote. You should go to iwillvote.com.
Oh, no, not that one.
They're going to vote, when they're going to.
It was the climate change answer.
And what will you do in the next 4 years to confront it?
I want crystal clean water and air. I want beautiful clean air. We have now the lowest carbon.
Okay, that's a lie. That's Trump's answer on. Here goes Joe Biden's.
We are going to be in a position where we can create hard, good jobs by making sure the environment is clean and we all are in better shape. We spend billions of dollars now, on floods, hurricanes, rising seas. We're in real trouble. Look what's happened just in the Midwest with these storms that come through and wipe out entire sections and counties in Iowa. They didn't happen before. They're because of global warming. We're going to put 500,000 charging stations and all of the highways that we're going to be building in the future. We're going to build an economy that, in fact, is going to provide for the ability us to take 4 million buildings and make sure that they, in fact, are weatherized in a way that, in fact, they'll emit significantly less gas and oil because the heat will not be going out. There's so many things that we can do now to create thousands and thousands of jobs. We can get to net zero in terms of energy production by 2035. Not only not costing people jobs, creating millions of good paying jobs.
So right there, Joe Biden has a plan. Joe Biden wants to, reduce the carbon emissions, by 2050. He has a cohesive climate change plan. Joe Biden knows what he's doing, and he knows it's a real threat. So when all these people, like I said, like Joe Biden can't hold his own, Joe Biden know how to hold his own. He was so unbothered by Trump's attacks. He was like, man, please. But that's that with that. But I am going to end this because my head still hurts from that debate with Trump's yelling and erratic behavior. And I'll just say, this is why we need to vote. We cannot have a national embarrassment inside the house that we pay for. No. We can't. And we will not. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Have a good night.